Ho, 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 ho.
And here we are, everyone. Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. We are going to have an interesting discussion. Shit has hit the fan right off the bat. There's no misunderstanding that. It's December. There's no misunderstanding that. It should be the Christmas season, right? The season of giving and going to your favorite stores and spending money, but also for recognizing there's something bigger than us in the universe, something special, something spiritual, something meaningful. And we've been visited in this SHTF with a level of godlessness and evil that I don't think can be understated. No, I really don't believe it can be understated, folks. That is to say, we can't say, oh, they're just doing what they do. They're just partially mistaken. They're just making some evil errors. Some errors that create evilness. No, folks, these people are fucking evil and they know what they're doing. We've talked about it plain and open. I've even described it in secular terms. Satan equals the adversary. That's the direct translation. Give it some horns, give it a pointy tail. I don't give a shit, but it's godlessness and it is turned loose on the world. Now, over in the European Union, the equality minister, Helena Dali, right, wanted to make Christmas just disappear. These people think they're fucking genies or some sort of magicians, and they can just make our entire history and culture disappear. Now, I know a lot of people out there are judgmental, and they look at me and they go, John, you can't be a Christian because you're this, because you're that, because you've said something, because you've done something. You can't be a Christian. You can't speak about being godly. You can't speak about... And yeah, I can, and I do, right? To question someone else's faith, that's not very nice. To say you're going to burn in hell because you used the F-bomb, right? That's judgmental in a way. Hey, look at what I'm doing, right? You can't judge my faith, but you can look at my work. What am I doing? Trying to be a good person, trying to help others. But to decide whether or not I truly believe and understand, and it's not your thing. What I'm concerned about, folks, is not judging each other and whether or not we're good Christians or Catholics, or whether or not, being a Muslim is the right thing to do. Not that. We're talking about pure evil godlessness. And you can look at what other people do and what the consequences of that is. Now, that is easy to do. I'm not judging them saying they're going to burn in hell, but I am going to look at them and go, what you're doing ain't right. What you're doing isn't right. We know the basics, folks. Right there actually is in the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not steal, right? False witness, and oh yeah, let's not murder people. Those are some pretty basic things. I like the golden rule myself, right? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So this isn't about whether or not I'm a good guy, super duper Christian, whether or not you agree with my methodology. Certainly the agenda, getting people prepared and understanding what the heck is coming. I think that should be acceptable enough. But what is coming, folks, is evil coming from these godless people. And they have been tearing down the nation and the world, in fact. They're tearing it all down. We're witnessing their attempt to destroy Western society, Western culture, Western philosophy. Right? This I'm going to call her a bitch, Helena Dali, proposed new rules. Well, who is she? Right? She is the equality commissioner. The equality commissioner. Hey, if you want to celebrate Ramadan or Kwanzaa or Buddha, I don't know what they've got. If you want whatever holiday or winter or festival, you go right ahead. But don't tell us we can't have our Christmas. And European Christmas is different than American Christmas. I don't think in Europe they have a fat old Santa selling race cars and BB guns while slurping a Coca-Cola. That's the American Santa, right? That's the commercialized Santa, right? But they're still there, Christmas. However they do it over there, cool. However they do Christmas in Australia. Oh, I think in Australia, Santa Claus is handcuffed and hogtied, wearing a mask and being forcibly injected in the ass with some Jim Jones juice and then told you're on quarantine for 2 weeks. Christmas won't be till January when you get out. And then maybe we'll let you go deliver some presents. So Helena Dolly wants to change the name of Christmas to holiday period. That isn't even pretending to be joyous. See, Christmas has this flavor of birth. And I know it's pagan roots, and I know it's astrotheological implications, right? It's the winter solstice, and you come out of that, and yada, yada. I get it, okay? Right? This woman, though, holiday period, there's nothing joyous about that. There's no life-giving birth, creation, joy. It's a fucking joyless thing. So 1984, take all the joy and pleasure, just rip it out of us and give us a few words to use. Holiday period. It's the spring holiday, winter holiday. They even want to, according to Dolly, drop the use of the names Mary and John. Well, I take great offense at that because my name is John, right? But this is what they want, folks. This is what they want. Now, thankfully, right? This was retracted. Don't think it's going away, folks. It was retracted, folks. The Vatican got in on this. Interesting what's coming out of the Vatican these days. It's either pure fucking shit or it's, hey, what the heck do you think you're doing to Christianity and Western culture? In this case, it was a good retraction, right? A good answer to this just nonsense. Several parties, including Cardinal Pietro Parolin, the Vatican Secretary of State, he denounced this broad. He said, Europe owes its existence and its identity to many influence, but we certainly cannot forget that one of the main influences, if not the main one, was Christianity itself. Therefore, destroying the difference and destroying the roots means precisely to destroy the person. Okay, here we go. To destroy the person, that literally means ad hominem, the Latin, ad hominem. Destroy the man. Attack the man. We've talked about this. You're going to go, ad hominem attacks, ad hominem attacks. John talks about that. It is a logical fallacy, right? If you can't beat the man's argument, you destroy the man. You destroy the person. Ad hominem. They can't defeat Western culture, folks. It's really rooted in some smart stuff. They can't defeat the ideas around freedom and liberty, so they just want to destroy it. That's what I've been talking about. It is the Christmas season, right? Especially in America. Once you're done eating all that turkey, we're like, let's get to it. Let's get out there, do some decorating, get a tree, we get a fat Santa blow-up thing on the lawn, and it's Christmas time. And at some point, inevitably, invariably, Americans and people around the world, they get back to what Christmas is all about. After all the commercialization and you're stuffed and you've had your hot cocoa, you get to reflect on, you know, the roles of John, Mary, and Jesus. Right? We get to do that. We get all those names. Right? We remember, yeah, that's what it was about. That's what started. Yeah, it's here now. And we used to get a little upset over the commercialization of Christmas. Why is it so commercialized? Because they're the ones paying for the commercials, I guess. Anyways, here we are. They're trying to destroy it. We have put up with 2 years of lockdowns, mandates, masks, and the Jim Jones juice. We have put up with 4 decades of them trying to PC us to death. And it's not politically correct. Well, I'll show you political correctness, right? I don't care what your opinion is. I'm going to say what I want and think what I want. Not anymore. There could be a hate crime in there. Not anymore. That's not about equality. You know, this equality commissioner, this godless dreg of a human being, Helena Dali, it's not equality. They want equity. They want fairness. Remember, equality means you all have the equal ability to do the same thing. Right. You want to put up a Star of Solomon outside your business and sprinkle it with some fairy dust and have some fun? You go right ahead. I don't give a shit. You want to put up sparkly red, green, and yellow in some sort of African pattern? You go right ahead. The Japanese festivals, I don't even know what they are. I mean, they got some funny festivals in Japan, but I'm sure they got some winter ones. They have plenty of snow. Remember when the Olympics had Nagano? They were at Nagano in Japan, and they had all that snow. Yeah, they get snow every year there. Mount Fuji covered in snow. They've got their winter. Everyone can have their own winter festival. Leave mine alone. Not going to happen. Folks, you can't just say, leave me alone. You can't just say, back off. Shit has hit the fan, and these people are going for the kill. Now, I'm going to back you up and go, hey, remember when just last week, it was just last week, I tried going and checking out some sort of Christmas fair at a giant theme park. I thought, they're going to do it big. They're going to do it better. They're going to be like throwing Santas and Frosties and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, shirts and hats and all kinds of commercialized shit at me as I walk through the gate. They're going to try that. They're going to just shove Christmas down my throat so much that I'll be whistling zippity-doo-dah out my bunghole. It's quoting the old Clark W. Griswold there, right? Not a thing, not a peep. One Santa, no Frosty, and that was it. And the one Santa I saw was on a stage in a little corner with maybe 50 kids, not more like 25 kids, 25 parents. And the rest of the giant, enormous fucking theme park, huge, nada. And any Christmas-shaped trees that had lights on them had one color. There'll be one color and one color only. No fucking candy canes. No white things with red stripe around them. What the fuck? Maybe there was a candy cane. I don't remember. Where's all the characters walking around the park in those costumes? You got that one theme park with the big scary rat. I was not at Disney, but they do. They got a big giant rat, and kids are like, "No, rat!" He's smiling at me as he's bending over to fondle me. Leave the rat out of this, right? I was not at that theme park, but you'd expect something. I mean, come on. Give me some Christmas here. They're taking it away. Because Christmas is part of our moral code. It is part of the foundation of our culture, our traditions. It's woven into our social fabric. This idea of a good little baby being born under a really special star, right? Fulfilling the prophecy that the people will be saved. I mean, there's some really subtle, good stuff in there that's not so subtle if you really understand it. Christmas, a time to come together. In this country, it's chop shit apart, divide and conquer. That's what the evil bastards are doing, these Satanists. But Christmas used to bring us together. We're all cool, right? High-fiving people you normally wouldn't high-five. That's what I love about America. It used to come together for shit like that. No. Now you're walking down the street, half the people, well, it depends on what city you're in. Let's just put you up in fucking Chicago or New York or someplace, and people are wearing masks and judging others. I watched some videos by these millennial and centennial idiots out there, and they're just hammering on anything they don't like. Everything is hatred. Absolute hatred, rejection, judgment, and they would definitely kill you. I guarantee these liberal leftist turd bags would kill others who don't believe like them because they are soulless little godless beings, and they can't wait to get rid of boomers. I mean, I listened to someone calling a comedian who's exactly my age, famous comedian, a boomer. I'm like, you're off by 20 years, you little fuck. But not that you learn math, because 2 + 2 = 5 or whatever you want there, snowflake. They are Nazi youth, folks. But understand this, the Nazi youth go into their 20s and 30s. That's how far advanced this is. It's not like they just started and we're just going, hey, 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 we see you. No, folks, they've been marching along to this tune of anti-America, pro-communism for 2 decades, for an entire generation. We now have 2 generations of Americans claiming to be adults, driving around in cars, hating America, hating the Constitution, hating freedom. Christmas is about where we're at now. It was, according to the, and rightfully according to the good cardinal there in the Vatican, it was the foundation of Western society and culture, our laws and beliefs. And it was this religious belief system that caused people, you know, Martin Luther, not Martin Luther King Jr., Martin Luther, right? The guy who basically gave us Protestantism. He said, hey, you know, we don't like what you do in their Catholic Church. We think there could be some other way to interpret things. In other words, freedom. I look at Martin Luther as a statement of religious freedom. And that led to the development of Protestants who were tired of being screwed with, so they left, some of them, over to America, the Pilgrims. Then they said, hey, look, we got I got some interesting stuff here in North America. And, you know, down south, Central and South America, they got a lot of gold and silver. Up here, we got beaver pelts. We got beaver pelts and really harsh winters on the northeast coast of North America. Come on over. We also have freedom. Now, witch trials notwithstanding, the attack on anyone that you didn't like, and using cancel culture to have your neighbor's daughter dunked or killed as a witch, that notwithstanding, they took that to an extreme and they backed it up, This idea of religious freedom is the bedrock foundation of the United States of America. It's in the First Amendment to the Constitution. It's the First Amendment in the Bill of Rights. Thou shalt leave me the hell alone. Let me worship and say what I want, redress grievances, bitch, complain, piss, and moan if I wish, or congratulate, right? Demonstrate that I approve of things. All we get now is condemnation of freedom and liberty in the Constitution. We had someone claiming that they want equality. No, when they want equity, they want fairness. It's just not fair that you European-minded people are so damn smart. We want more stupidity, so we're going to import it from areas of the world where they're uncivilized, uncultured, unintelligent. Let's just bring in more of that shit and destroy that which is right. And I'll tell you what, folks, they want to destroy it for you and me, but they will keep their elitist system and understanding for themselves. But this is what they're doing. This is part of the war. This is not going to, it's not an event. It's not, bam, they destroyed Christmas. It's they're chipping away at it. They're pouring acid on it. They're shining dark light on it, trying to black us out. It is a process. The same way they have used a process to destroy our freedoms and liberties. They're using the same process to silence us, take away everything. And when you get to Christmas, that is the birth of Christianity. The birth of Jesus, folks, is the birth of Christianity. Christianity is why Europe was Europe. Christianity went from Rome up into Europe, and the pagan belief systems, including freedom, met it in the middle and spread, flourished, created a myriad of languages and multicultural areas where they didn't demand that they mix and destroy one another. No, they said, no, fuck you, we're French, and then screw you, we're German, and dang it, we're from the Netherlands. And the Swedes are like, it's cold up here, it's Christmas 9 months out of the year. And down in Spain, they're like, okay, we're Spanish. Everyone had their thing, but they're all Christians. They had uniform ideas on human rights, law, fairness, real fairness. Not, we're tired of you being so smart. We're going to destroy you and allow this other stuff to come in. And this other stuff, folks, are fundamental belief systems of destruction, destroying anything not like it, taking away any opposition, silencing them, and then punishing and destroying. It's funny how, yeah, a lot of the tenets of that thing are adopted by the elites in Europe, and they are crashing and destroying and punishing everything else, while they legally take away your right to travel, breathe, move about your own home, where you shop, where you dine, your rights, what you put in your body, they're going to inject you. And folks, don't forget, it's happening here in America. We have Christmas flavored SHTF. Right? It's not Christmas, and there's some SHTF going on. It is Christmas flavored SHTF. It has hit the fan, and we're getting little bits of Christmas. That's all we have left, little bits. So I'm going to recommend this to you. Get prepared. Hey, it's the season of giving. So why not give the gift of being prepared? You bet, folks. Give the gift of being prepared. And go out and put a big old Christmas tree up. Put one up in your front yard that says, "Let's go Brandon" on it, on the Christmas tree. Have your ornaments up there, baby Jesus and angels and stuff. Have all that. But understand, you need a "Let's go Brandon," even an F Joe Biden sign in your yard to let everyone know that's why you believe in Christmas. So you can be free and believe what you want and say what you want. Christmas, good. And Christianity, folks, has been under attack from the beginning. And all things religious have to go through a battle period, a fight period, a development period. But what was the consequence of all that battling and fighting for existence, to be alive, to live and prosper? What is the consequence of Christianity? Freedom. It came to America and it blossomed. It went back to Europe and it blossomed there as they moved away from oligarchs, nobility, aristocracy running everything and telling everyone who can live and who can't and where you're allowed to go. Right? No, it was freedom came out of that. Freedom, folks. Freedom of expression, the right to life, liberty. There it is. Life and liberty, folks. To be free. And also property rights. To pursue happiness. Remember that, folks. Remember that. Christmas, happiness. The right to pursue happiness. If I can't travel, am I pursuing anything? No. If I can't go into a store, into a restaurant, if I can't go to the beach or a park, if I can't travel down the highway, I cannot pursue happiness. That is a big one. That covers a lot of shit, don't you think? If I can't celebrate Christmas the way I want and say what I want, Merry Christmas, not Happy Holidays, not Happy Holiday period. These are godless people out there, folks. And I don't want to use the term atheist. They're godless. They are anti-God. They are anti-Christianity. They are anti-freedom. Have you any doubts? And have you any doubts where this will lead? That's right, folks. This is all leading somewhere. We're pushing for freedom. They're leading us to a giant civil war. A war between governments and a war between people. And I guess that any civil war has that partisan conflict. While people are fighting with the government saying, get off our back, and government saying, we own you and control you, and we've got guns and we're going to do it. There's always, during a civil war, additional internal conflicts between people in a city, between people in a neighborhood, between people in their own houses. That's why I remember hearing that the Civil War, the American Civil War, it was fought brother against brother, because it came down to that in some cases, north or south. Now it is more simple. Let's break it down and keep it simple. It's between freedom and not. You bet it's between freedom and not being free. That's what this is about, folks. Christmas is about freedom. You can get there. It doesn't take a philosopher. It doesn't take a genius. But it does take a diabolically godless person to go, what does our culture and civilization need Christmas for anyway? It doesn't do anything. It's just about a tree. Yeah, we don't need it. It's actually rude to other people to celebrate your beliefs. How dare you? We're going to take that shit away from you. Actually, in their minds, are like, we're going to steal their heart and soul, rip it out of their chest, and throw it in the basement. Lock it down there, right? And let rats gnaw at it. That's what we want to do to these people. They are, folks. They are diabolical and evil. But they always want to paint it as this is good for everybody. Screw that. Just as Arnold said, screw your freedoms. Just as Dr. Fauci said, there comes a time when you have to give up your right to make decisions for yourself. Sorry. No. Christmas, folks, does not remind this guy about fat, jolly Santas or polar bears drinking Coca-Cola or elves who want to be a dentist. That's all part of Christmas. But to me, Christmas is about unity, faith, and freedom. Literally. In order to be free, you have to travel. Can't travel unless you're free, and you travel to see family, to celebrate things renewed, the birth, goodness, the golden rule, baby Jesus, all of these things. That's what Christmas means to me, folks. And a lot of other things, and we could get into that, but we don't have time for that because I want to let you know we have Christmas flavored SHTF, and you need to be prepared. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. Have a plan. Because the godless people out there, folks, the godless evil, they want to take all of that from you so you have no identity. They want to take your soul. They want to take the nation's soul and rip it out. Like I said, throw it in the basement, in the dark, let rats chew on it while they give us a bunch of soulless holiday periods around the year. Okay, let's celebrate. What are we celebrating? It's the holiday period. You can celebrate. What am I celebrating? Oh, I don't know. You can celebrate. Just don't be happy and don't offend anybody with any of your beliefs. But celebrate. I guess I'm going to wave a little flag of nothing. Oh, wait. They got rainbow flags to wave. There you go. Good golly. Folks, Christmas flavored SHTF. How does that taste? You know, big warm cup of cocoa with some shit sprinkles on it. That's what they're giving us, right? Prep to action. Get prepared. Number one. Step two, start taking action. Write, call, text, email politicians and say, don't play this. Don't do it. At your local level, it is Christmas. At your state level, it is Christmas. At the federal level, it is Christmas. Happy holiday season. No, Christmas. Trump reminded everyone Christmas. I'm reminding everyone Christmas. Everyone remind each other Christmas. Take the fight to them. Prep to action. And that third step, right? Prep to action. The third step, the prepared mind. At some point, this is going to get really ugly, folks. They're going to take their masks off, and they're going to stop pretending to be nice and pretending to do this for the good of the children or the good of this or the good of that. It's going to come down to flat out fucking evil. Australia locking people up, flat out fucking evil. Mandatory Jim Jones juice, flat out fucking evil. Putting deplorables, that is anyone they don't like, in a camp, concentration camps, flat out evil. Telling you can't go shopping, take your kids out, flat out evil. Hurting children in school, telling them that being white is evil, whether your kid is black, white, cross, I don't know, whatever, folks. Using government education to say people are evil is fucking evil. And that's what they're up to. So, get prepared, folks, Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense, and a plan. Get it together. It's the season of giving. It's the holiday period. Screw that. It's Christmas. I'll say this to you, Merry Christmas. And then I'll say this to you, Merry Christmas, get prepared now. Because chance favors the prepared mind. And aren't you glad you're a prepper? I'll talk to you again very soon, folks. Next broadcast will be, I don't know. Let's call it a free-for-all Friday. And we'll just get it on. Bring your questions. We'll be talking. Oh, only if you're on Patreon. $2 a month, 7 cents a day. Patreon.com, The Prepared Mind, where you can go sign up and join us 5 days a week for live Q&A and having a good old time. Right? It's hit the fan. Let's have a party. Oh man. Godspeed to you all. Semper Fi. Merry Christmas.
Ho, 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 ho.